Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Pokemon trainers, Digimon collectors. What is a Digimon like person? I
The
don't know.
Digidestined. They are the
The
Digidestined.
Digidestined. Welcome back to Inside the PFL. I'm Jim, and I'm joined, as always, by Mike.
Yeah, we figured that out already, I feel like, because I answered that one question that one time.
Yeah, but
We
anyway,
need the intro. I dig it.
I don't know anything about Digimon. I say Yu-Gi-Oh, but I try to mix
Really?
it up.
Digimon was like, God damn it, Digimon was so good.
Well, it's
You
past
youngins. I'm
before
so
before my
old.
time.
You youngins. Yeah, new Digimon sucks. Old Digimon was good. Like, the Digimon movie is probably why I like ska music so much, because Les and Jake is in it.
I was like, I
But that's a
totally I
whole
believe
different
that Digimon
tangent.
was good because I've seen like different clips and shit, and I'm like, wow, this actually is like a lot better quality than Pokemon anime. But that's not why we're here.
Alright,
That's a
guys, we are
topic
now
for
the
another day.
DFL. We are the Digimon Fun League.
Yeah.
Official.
Oh God, can you imagine our draft board then?
No, I don't want to.
we would have no Digimon available. Uh, anyway, so it was just week 8. A lot of crazy things went down. One of the craziest things that went down was this battle right here. This is Drac versus Kyle,
What a great first battle of the week.
and
Two monsters just going at it.
yep. And we said last week, we said if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be Drac.
Hey, we did. We did say that if anybody can take Kyle down.
You heard it here first, and we both voted for Drac, but we can see how they stacked up to each other. So let's.
Before you even hit
Oh
play,
God,
hold
oh
on.
God, oh
You gotta
God.
hit pause now. I
will-
just want everyone to note how well Incineroar just looks against all of Kyle's team.
I think Incineroar is very, very good. I got bodied by it like week 6 or something.
It
And
beats
yeah, it does
4 of
beat
his
everything.
Pokemon. It beats 4 out of 6 of his dudes with
Like
stab.
it beats 4 out of 6, and then it does okay against the other two.
Yeah.
Like a
Just
rising
wanted to
voltage
point
from
out that
Pincurchin,
Incineroar here alone could win this game.
which we've seen happen before. Again, referencing me getting bopped. But starting out here with the Galv versus the Starmie, you got the Weber versus the Spinner.
Which is just great. We can hit play, but it's just great position for Drac. He gets free webs here, which...
He
Oh,
gets
no, he
that-
doesn't. He
He
gets
gets
bug
that
buzz
bug
first.
buzz.
That's right.
There's the webs. There's
But,
the rocks.
like, Kyle doesn't want any webs. Spoilers. Minus Hawlucha, like, he doesn't have a really good way to get rid
and
of
we find
setup.
it comes into play a lot with Starmie and Alolan Raichu. It doesn't really matter with Pincurchin and Slowbro and Ferrothorn because they're already so slow, but that speed boost definitely costs him at some point in this game. It leads to, I believe, Galv outspeeding Starmie.
Which he needs Starmie to spin or Hawlucha to run Defog, and on mons like that, it's hard to fit that move in. Like, yeah, Starmie running spin is a little bit more common, but you're probably not going to see Defog on Lucha.
Yeah, no, definitely not gonna run Defog on Hawlucha unless you're thinking of something crazy. Obviously, this is not where Ferrothorn wants to be on the receiving end of a Flare Blitz, and frankly, nothing wants to be there.
Yeah.
And this is
Like,
we see right here. This is Drac. It
Slowbro
doesn't even matter.
Takes 17 here, but then we see the very next turn, just Z-Dark melt it.
Yep, and that's a whole nother thing, is that if your switch-ins for a Fire Dark type is a Water Psychic type, you're gonna get bodied on the other end of the spectrum. That Dark skin
Incineroar just beats that defensive core that he brought solely.
And 3 Psychic types on Kyle's team. Like, nothing handles Incineroar, and he really milks it for all he's got. And he runs a Scald as well. Not a Surf, not a Hydro Pump, a Scald. And that cost him his Starmie. That cost him his hazard removal. That's, at this point, it's like the game. Like,
it's just I mean, minus Incineroar killing itself, the toxic spikes and the rocks are what make this game a +3 instead of a much higher plus.
Yeah, I mean,
because it just slowly whittles Drac down. I mean, he still has the forward momentum, but like it's just at this point, it's just Drac just getting over Kyle.
Yeah, and I remember watching the broadcast and I saw Starmie go down and not be able to KO that Incineroar, which still, it surprises me a little bit, but as soon as those two water types went down, I thought, okay, well now he doesn't really get around Steelix that well. Well, now he doesn't get around Terrakion that well. He gets outsped here. Galvantula already got the webs up. Kyle's on a timer. And all he can do is just sort of, hazard and annoy his way to a lower deficit.
I mean, we just saw there, I was talking about how the setup just kind of went against Drac. Like, it just took Galvantula down, the rocks, the poison, the leech seed. Like, it all just stacked up.
Yep.
And even, it's just... Drac planned really well for this battle, and at the very end of it, I know that you guys don't see the chat, but Kyle type said he's got to get back to homework. So just like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Drac. He did crazy well, but part of me thinks, did Kyle not really think that well because he was busy with like school stuff?
And that's always possible. You never know if somebody's bringing 100% of their game or not.
Yeah. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Drac because like he prepped really hard for this, and Kyle's just a monster. It's hard to get around him.
Yeah, but you're right. You never know. So you always gotta come prepped 100%. Sometimes you just show up. You think, oh, I have a team. This could work, and then somebody else has spent 5 times longer in the lab than you, and you're gonna get run over.
And I won't tell you what the Terrakion set was because it didn't go off. But let me tell you, if it did, ooh.
Don't tell me that was a weakness policy.
I'm not giving anything away about it. But that whole set was just so good. Like he sent it to me, and then he was like, "Dude, it didn't go off, so don't tell people." But it was a fire set. Let me tell you,
Was it a blunder policy?
I'm not telling you, bro.
I ran blunder policy Terrakion.
Bruh, it was a very good kit. I was hype. I went, oh shit, and then because I didn't see the battle live, so like I watched it after he told me about it, and I was like, oh, it didn't even go off.
Yeah. Well, ideally he won't bring that against me if I happen to face him in playoffs.
Oof.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of a weakness policy Terrakion. No, thank you.
I don't want to be on the end of most of Drac's team building
just
because it's not fun.
Yeah. And sitting on this field is a future 100-point Mon in Steelix. Anyway.
Steelix moving up wow, what is he, 60 now?
He's 60.
I guess I can see him at 100.
I'm telling you, I'm going to fight for it. I don't care. But into the next battle, which is my own battle.
It's your battle.
Hell yeah.
I have like a couple things to say, which one of them is turn 1. But like besides that, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna hit play, and then I'm gonna switch sides, and then I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna hit pause. Just because I want to be on my own side, so I don't feel like a big, disconnect.
All right.
Yeah. So this is me versus Tristan, and I got to admit I was scared. I know Tristan is a very, very competent battler, and Ice Cube scares me. Hoopa Unbound, while flawed, is definitely a huge problem.
Yeah. I feel like turn 1 of this battle is straight the Spider-Man meme.
that is exactly what turn 1 of this battle was.
I love it so much.
And
it's
because
just straight the Spider-Man meme.
So I ran Scarf Chandelure in order to potentially speed tie with Scarf Hoopa, and then to be able to trick any of his walls, like if Ice Cube wanted to belly drum, or if Yuxi wanted a stealth rock or set up or anything like that. I end up getting Regigigas, which arguably is the best one to get tricked.
Unless the slow start goes away, and then that boy is going fast.
And I also opted to run Substitute on Mega Diancie instead of Rocks, instead of Heal Bell, because Diancie behind a Substitute takes a hit and just deals all of the damage back.
Yeah. Some of the things that I actually have written down about this is just straight up Mega Diancie puts in the work. It's
and
just gross.
Yeah, and this is the first time Mega Diancy's really done that much for me besides set up rocks and maybe snag a kill here and there. But it felt like the cornerstone of my team in this battle.
I could agree with that after watching it.
And it's unfortunate too is because I got an assault vest, so I wanted to keep doing trick shenanigans, but I couldn't because you can't click trick with an assault vest on. So
I don't even think the assault vest helps you because you just
and it doesn't. And I
by this dark pulse.
Yes, and I will implement our new thing here, and I take the time, I calc it, I see okay, a dark pulse does 80 to 102 or something, or not 80, like maybe like 85 to 102. And I'm like, okay, I'm at 96%. I have an assault vest. Like, I'm not invested, but I'm pretty sure I can live it. So I stay in here because I think, okay, why would I go into my low tick? Why would I go into Mega Diancy, whatever? And nope, Chandelure just gets bodied.
Just murdered by Hoopa's dark
which
pulse.
is okay because I'm able to come in and threaten things with my Lodic.
I love my Lodic's nickname.
The Foxy Cleopatra.
Foxy Cleopatra.
I mean, look at those colors, dude. That's Foxy.
Right, I dig it.
For the first time in like a few battles, I get the Flame Orb off, and he knocks it off too, which sort of doesn't help. But yeah, no, I've had the Flame Orb knocked off like twice, and every time it's been like before it's been able to proc.
It is a very fun mon, and you have been unfortunate in not being able to get that to proc. You're right.
Yeah, and I know Yuxi can't really do anything to me. It's a critical hit, but it's a single resisted critical hit, and I feel like I have all the momentum in the battle between the flip turn, between the substitute, between the toxic poison. At this point, I think that it could be a +5, but it ends up not being a +5. I am able to kill the Hoopa. Ice Q ends up taking it away from me though, and that's a Scarf Hoopa, definitely.
Oh yeah, it's going fast, and then it dies.
Big fast boy.
Because Mega Diancy is not slow.
Yep. And I go for the Moonblast. It lives on 4%.
It lives on 4%. I have a question here.
Yep.
Who gets this kill?
Who gets the head smash kill? Or who gets the recoil?
Kill on Ice Q.
I think Diancie
Nobody
does. Does
Ice Q nobody does? Because it's like who gets the kill on like 4 Blitz then if you kill yourself? Does nobody get the kill?
I think it's the Pokemon that's out on the field, but I'm not running King of the Kill. If I had to do it, I think it'd be Mega Diancie.
See, if I had to do it, nobody gets it. Or if I wanted to be a dick, it's a -1 to Ice Cube, but that's super dick.
A -1, dude. There'd be Pokemon with negative King of the Kill. Oh, that'd be just sad to look at.
So, Dick, let us know. I'm fairly sure it's nobody gets the kill.
Yeah, and that very well might be the case, but Ice Cube does in fact live the Moonblast, and so now all of a sudden it's not necessarily he's not necessarily gonna bring it back, but it is a little bit scarier now that my Diamond Storm Mon is gone, and Mudsdale just kind of has to come in and do the thing.
Speed control. I absolutely love speed control. It might have won you this game.
I think Bullet Punch still would have killed Thundurus.
Probably.
I mean, a 15%.
So maybe to say it won you the game is a lot, but like, speed control can win you games.
Yeah, and that's Mudsdale just happened to come in at the tail end of the battle and hit Rock Tomb. If he needed to come in earlier and hit Rock Tomb to slow Thundurus down or Hoopa U down or something like that, then it could have been a bigger player.
Yes.
But it is a +4, and that was a Conference Cup match, and that does put Yanmega only in second place. Even between me and Drac, getting the 3 and 4, we're still only in second place.
Caught you guys up, though.
But that's okay. I'm happy with that. Not so happy that Amoonguss didn't get a kill. And actually, now that I mentioned that, Inteleon didn't come in Drac's game. So Inteleon, unfortunately, lost its spot on top of the mountain there.
I just realized that. No Inteleon for King of the Kill, you're right. And Amoonguss didn't even show face in this match. I'm fairly sure Scizor didn't either.
I think you're right. I think neither of them did. It was mostly just pivoting between Diancie and Milotic and Chandelure.
Yeah, you did what I wanted to do, but you won.
And that I did. And can we talk about, too, before we move off this battle and get into the next one, that Inferno Overdrive was a Incinerate.
On who into who? I'm sorry.
That was, so it was Thunderous at +2, hitting an Z-move Inferno Overdrive. And the only Fire-type move that Thunderous gets is Incinerate.
Which is base power what?
Which is 50.
50? Okay.
Incinerate's base 50, and it burns up berries. And it still did 70% to my... And it was +2, granted. But I was max HP and then like 160 special defense.
Why that number?
I wish I could tell you. It was spec'd for something, though. Something important.
You wanted to live something.
I wanted to live something, exactly.
Actually,
like no, I think I know.
From,
actually, it wasn't what I wanted to live something. Is that I wanted Body Press to be able to hit KO Hoopa Unbound, I think.
Oh, and you survive one hit.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
That makes sense. Okay. I can dig that.
So, yep, that's a +4. Old Bulljack here doing the thing. And into the next battle. And we are back for Rob versus Dave. Now, Mike, I know you wanted to say a few things about this battle before we got started.
I have so many things. And I mean, it's not like a before we get started because a lot of it's like
during the battle. All right, so I'll put it on slow. Little slow dance here. I'll hit play, and then there's some things that go on in this battle that make me question a lot of things that I think I know about Pokemon. Now, the Ice Fang off the bat is a decent idea.
It's great, except now this is a 6-turn standoff. Yes. Neither of these boys leave for 6 turns until one dies.
And Runerigus gets Rocks Up, shrugs off the Ice Fang. Not a big deal. Protect, see what Aerodactyl does. This makes a little bit of sense. I'm there. It's this turn. He defogs. Right. Okay, great. Cool. Poltergeist. This is all fair. All well and good. And turn 4, it sort of all falls apart. Now he goes for Crunch instead, which I find to be very interesting because...
I actually understand that. He's going for the defense drop, and it has a higher base power than Ice Fang.
So then what do you think about this right here? Instead of going for the defog, getting rid of the rocks again on the Protect.
This I could understand. I mean, oh wait, not reading the Protect. No, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Rob can't read. My very next thing is, could you imagine if Rob knew how to read in Pokemon? Like, these next couple of turns would have just been so much better. Like right here, but free Fire Blast.
Yeah, but see, the question is that Runerigus, he's not going down, and he keeps setting up rocks. Don't you want to save Aerodactyl for something else and potentially get something in that can deal with Runerigus? You want to hit Knockoff with Gliscor or Sacred Fire maybe?
I guess. I mean, if anything, Bobby could have just read the Protect there, but...
And this right here is also very interesting. Dave with the Z workup.
Like, damn, that's a scary McSweeper right there.
Yeah.
And then Z Teleport is fucking stupid. I hate it.
I didn't even expect him to get it off, because I would have thought that you would have just wanted to kill Clefable right there.
Body Press. Like, Bob, reading.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if I would have expected I don't know.
Okay, but so what was stopping him from hitting Dragon Pulse? Because if he was so afraid of Galarian Wheezing, he's not hitting Body Press into the 4X weak either. Or the 4X resist anyway. So
to me, it felt like this match was just, it was a lot of coverage moves thrown at a wall, and then seeing what's stuck, and not a lot stuck.
Yeah, without setting up, you can't really get through a wall without stab coverage.
Yeah.
And even then, it's rough.
Like, the Ice Fangs and the Crunches are only doing, 30 to 40%. Missing a Strange Steam, you're just letting Hitmonchan go down, taking Rocky Helm damage. It just seems like a lot of unnecessary staying.
I don't think Bobby had a good answer for Weezing minus Duraludon either.
Yeah.
And even then, Duraludon could only do so much with those rocks up.
Yeah, because you look at Bobby's team and you see that he's got, Physical Mon, Physical Mon, Physical Mon, Physical Mon, Duraludon, who doesn't really touch Galarian Weezing, Clefable, who doesn't really touch Galarian Weezing, and then, like, Duraludon's his best answer to Rune Regis, and Rune Regis is, going to deal with Duraludon just fine.
Clefable could have probably dealt with Renegrius, because doesn't it not have great special defense?
It might be like, dude, I don't know. It might be like 80. Not great, but I don't think it's that bad.
I think Duraludon could have solved Weezing too, but I just didn't think he had a lot of other good answers. I liked this knockoff at the very least, getting rid of the Rocky Helm.
Yep. HP Ice from a Weezing. Very cool.
Now, I probably would have played this a little different.
Yeah.
This was very interesting. I mean,
well, yeah,
why would he have had neutralizing gas there?
Let's talk about it too, because if he did have neutralizing gas, then would Poison Heal, would that have hurt Gliscor?
I don't know what neutralizing gas does, so I can't tell you.
It nullifies all abilities.
So then, yeah.
So then that toxic poison would have hurt Gliscor.
Yeah, so that would have been the way to find out. Yeah, that was a little weird. Why willingly hit EQ there? Like,
well, because
to me that's free into Entei, and I mean, yeah, you take the rocks damage, but like that HP Ice isn't doing shit.
Yeah, because both Misty Surge and Neutralizing Gas tell you when they happen. Right at the beginning, right as soon as Weezing comes in.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So Rob should have known that this thing has Levitate, and then probably shouldn't have went for EQ, and then eats an HP Ice for his troubles.
Ugh. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, a lot of timer here, too. Everybody's yelling at both of them for the timer. They're both taking their time. They're both thinking. Why Flare Blitz? We can pause here, too, because I'm real mad about this. I get it. I guess the extra damage, and, that might have actually given him the kill on Weezing, but, like...
But instead of Sacred Fire is what you're saying?
Sacred Fire. The burn, the utility on that alone, like, so cool. Like, he could have switched into Tyrantrum. It's Tyrantrum, yeah. For the 4x resist on the Sacred Fire, and then gotten burned, and then it wouldn't have been a completely wasted turn.
Yep.
Like,
and then all of a sudden, Clefable and Hitmonchan and even Duraludon are opened up to put in more work.
Yeah, like, it's just...
I know. Why would you do the extra recoil when you could have
that too,
slightly less base power and then, the huge chance to burn?
Now, don't get me wrong. That little bit of extra damage could have been the difference between killing Weezing or not. I'm not running the calc. Yep. I don't care enough. But, like, Sacred Fire.
Yeah, you gotta run Sacred Fire on Entei. The move is just too good.
It's such good utility.
Surf not killing Duraludon, which I think is pretty interesting. And then he gets scared of something. Is this a Scarf Duraludon?
I don't know what it is. I really don't, because Duraludon's dead here.
No,
so
it's not Scarf.
Oh, no, it's not Scarfed.
So
but he leaves.
He played. Yeah,
he leaves at some point. Right now, I think. Yeah, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, you let it go down, then you come in.
Dying.
Yeah,
these are a lot of Mons dying unnecessarily.
That's a little questionable, because then Duraludon takes, is it 4%? No, 5% from rocks anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, like, you let Duraludon die there, you get Hitmontop in for free, and maybe while it's still dark, you get the Mach Punch off and pray for a crit or something, I don't know.
And then Gunk Shot pops. Luckily, it didn't miss.
It's over. Bobby's next option Z-Speed, and I know he's banded here because it's just a hilarious thing to do, and this is just...
Yeah, 69%. And that's a GG.
Oh, it's not banded. Wait, yeah, it is banded. Never mind, that was Z-Speed.
And that's a +3 from Dave, and I think it was a pretty convincing +3. One thing that I gotta say is I gotta give Bobby props remembering that Hitmontop has triple axle.
I have to give Hitmontop props for being amazing, because that's the only thing I really didn't talk about. I love Hitmontop.
Yeah, Hitmontop,
so good.
Super good Pokemon, especially with technician triple axel. I mean,
It's so good. Like,
on.
whatever it hit with that, I don't remember what, but I'm fairly sure it resisted, and it still took like 30% at
It
the end of the
hit
day.
Clefable, and it did like 45%, yeah.
Which is gross.
And he was
It's
using it on
non-stab.
Gliscor too, which means, Hitmontop's not walled by these flying and ground types anymore.
Yeah, it's just love Hitmontop.
But it is a
So
very,
good.
very nice +3 from Dave. Some questionable things going around. Them not blinking at the beginning, a little strange.
That wasn't questionable. That made sense on Dave's end, and Bobby just.
Yeah. On Dave's end, I think it made sense. But
I
either way,
don't know what Bobby would have done otherwise.
into the next battle, which is quite the doozy.
Oh boy,
It
what
is
a game!
James versus Lebo.
So much body slam.
And there is a lot of hacks in this battle.
There's a little bit of hacks. The hacks happen later. There's actually a really early questionable play
Well,
on Lebo's end, but
I
I mean
think-
it doesn't change.
I think that
too
the
much.
hacks happened at the very beginning of the battle.
Listen,
against
a
Mega
30% sometimes isn't a hacks, okay?
What's that?
A 30% sometimes isn't a hacks,
Well, no,
but
but
like,
Mega Audino, and you'll see here, Mega Audino gets paralyzed twice.
does it?
It gets, yeah, it's not able to get a wish off. It's not able to get a protect off. So, right, turn
I
one,
thought
it
only
gets paralyzed.
once.
Turn two, it
Oh,
can't
here's
move.
the first one. Okay, yeah.
Now it's
you're
at
right.
40, it can take another one. Does it wish? Doesn't even get the chance.
There's the second para. Yeah.
Then they can
I
protect.
want to know why he protected here. Just let it die.
Yeah, there's not a lot of point.
Yeah, it was
And then the
just a weird
crit for
thing.
his troubles, which is hilarious.
I love Roserade.
Yeah, and that does,
Resisted.
resistance
so
still
much
does
damage.
30.
Why
And then-
didn't James do the Blood Totem one? Like, that's another huge question here. Why did he run this future sight?
I
kit?
love the name of that set, the Blood Totem. That's so cool.
It really is, though. But you know what it is? Mega Kick. Fucking Mega Kick.
Yeah, there's a lot of whats.
Why?
Well, he has blunder policy.
Oh.
He has
Oh my
blunder
God.
policy, and he was hoping Mega Kick would miss.
Okay.
Now, Future Sight
Also,
doesn't do
I
it.
very much like how even under the Intimidate, Masquerain died, and then he runs Weather Ball and gets revenge.
Yep,
build
that
anyway.
Scarf Pelipper actually does
Yes, it is.
a lot of work this game.
It really fucked James up. Like, he did not expect that.
And, I think that it was really good team building from Lebo. Being able to recognize, okay, James's team, flying type pokes holes in it and water type
Ooh,
pokes
hold
holes
on.
in it.
I
So,
love how James gets around Machamp here.
how does he get around the champion?
So he burned it,
Yep.
so he switches, then he switches again to something that won't die, burn damage, and then he switches back into Lunatone to sack it.
Yeah.
So he has Lunatone eat a Darkness Lariat, switches out, Lopunny eats the Bullet Punch, switches back into Lunatone to let it die, and the burn damage finishes it off.
And now all of a sudden Machamp is neutralized as the threat. And now it can't.
Also,
now it
all
can't close
Pokemon with
combat.
Poltergeist need to move up. Every single one needs to move up at least one tier. Poltergeist is a stupid move.
Dusk Noir can stay as a 40. And again, Scarf Pelipper, Hurricane just totally obliterates that Lopunny.
It could have won this whole game. I'm actually surprised it didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
why didn't he just hit her? Is there a resistance here I'm not knowing about that he didn't just hit Hurricane there?
against Diggersby? I think Diggersby
Yeah.
gets T-Punch, and I think he wanted to save for Delmise.
Okay, that's fair then.
Because,
Delmise
you
eating
don't
this
want
high
it to die,
horsepower.
and then Excadrill can't deal with Delmise.
Parahax. Poltergeist is
Yeah,
broken.
so right there, I gotta believe that Lebo was trying to get Delmise low enough that it would die from a Weather Ball in the rain, so that he could click Weather Ball against Diggersby. Well, or he could just click Ice Beam twice, but it
Yeah,
wasn't low
but
enough.
then it fucking Okos it with Poltergeist
And that's-
because, as
that's
I've been
crazy.
saying, it's so broken, and I'm so pissed James sniped this boy off me. I wanted it so bad. It's so
The
good.
Delmise.
Yeah, if he's not 100, I think he could be.
There's talks of him being in 100. I mean, I had him one season for for 100, and I didn't bring him. But he also didn't get Poltergeist at that point. Or Booties.
Grassy Glide.
Or Grassy Glide. And Rapid Spin didn't boost your speed, so what do I
Yeah, there's been a lot of big old changes to that boy that we haven't accounted for.
But that is a +2 for the Bunnyman, and I think that game could have been very, very different if not for a stray paralysis or 2.
I agree. It could have been very different. I still love the under the Intimidate still getting myrtleated by the Pyro Ball.
Yeah. No, yeah, and that's crazy. I mean, it is, it is stab, it is like base 120, but like...
I thought maybe Masquerain would live, but no.
Yeah, maybe it lives, maybe it gets the webs up. Nah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I wasn't thinking it was living, like, good. I thought it was living, like a 1-2% thing.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, I thought, maybe 10% or something like that.
Yeah, under 10, easy.
Yeah, but still, no. it's not going to take that.
Scarf Polyper, too.
Yeah.
Bebo not really bring in the rain half of his team, but bring in Polyper every week.
It's kind of hype. He's been liking Pelipper, honestly.
It's been doing some things for him. I wish he... It would be interesting to watch him run both the weathers. It would be hard to do, though, to run them both at the same time.
No Fish surprises me a little bit against James's team.
I mean... Delmise.
Fish's Rend in the rain. I don't know.
Oh, I also told... I'm sad he didn't bring it, but I wanted James to bring Defensive Weakness Policy, Rock Polish, and Ice Beam on Lunatone.
Oh, the Killer Moon. Coming back from week 1.
It was... Oof.
And
would have been gross.
So yeah, that is a pretty solid +2 from James. So into the next battle, we have Thomas versus Jack, and we've had Jack on the stream before, but
but you
this
have
time
to
somebody
win
else.
to be on the stream, dude. You have to win.
Yeah, you gotta win to get on the stream.
You have to win, dude. You can't be a loser.
This time Jack didn't win, so instead we got Thomas.
What's going on?
Now, before
what can I do for you?
Hop into this battle real quick, tell me a little bit about your thought process going into it. What were some of the things you wanted to look out for? You wanted to work with any heat that you brought? I can see a little tiny rabbit there who's looking like he wants to be talked about.
Yeah, so fun fact, I forgot to name Reboot because he was the last Pokemon I made for my team. Because I'm an idiot and just forgot a nickname. But everything else, the sets I'll explain in a second while we go through the battle. But I was really afraid of Serperior and Kyurem, and neither of them came. I was also afraid of Jellicent. That didn't come.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I felt like I was pretty decently prepared to take on his team. I didn't feel like I had too bad of a matchup against him.
As a little insider info, I know that Kyurem was on the team at one point, and he swapped it out for Mega Medicham because I think he realized that he needed something to touch
regular Medicham, Mega Scizor.
Regular Medicham. He needed something to touch one of your mons, and he was like, okay, well,
Okay.
but yeah, so he didn't bring that. And apparently it worked out for you. So let's
gotta say.
Let's get into the battle, and we'll tell us about all this stuff going down.
So this was the safest U-turn of my life. I mean,
I didn't realize Reboot was faster than Mesprit.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. And then I'm not really sure. I guess he didn't expect me to kill, but that was actually Specs Rabombi with 4 moves. Now this turn is really unfortunate. So at first, when Sandspit procced, I read it too quick, and I thought it said Shedskin, and I was like, oh, great. But then it didn't.
Did you
but
think
I was
you
really...
brought Shedskin?
I was actually supposed to bring Shedskin. I thought about bringing... I brought...
I was wondering why you brought Sandspit.
I was like, I'll bring Sandspit because it'll give Garchomp some extra D, and Sandaconda some extra D. But then... It didn't actually pay off for me, really, because he didn't have as many special threats as I was anticipating.
This pursuits heat, but one thing I wanted to know if a Scizor Bullet Punch would have done 24% to that Rotom.
To that Rotom?
Yeah.
It was a Spadef invested Rotom, so I'm curious about that
Even
myself.
before we ask that question, isn't that 4X resisted Bullet Punch?
Is
doesn't
electric
steel?
4X? Is electric? Does that resist
I believe
steel?
so.
There is a resistance somewhere on one of those sides. I just don't know where it is.
Well, I think about.
Electric does resist steel, I'm pretty sure.
Does
So
it
that's
really?
a 4X resisted Bullet Punch. So
I
don't
think
know
about
if
like
that would've killed.
Arctozolt. I'm pretty sure Arctozolt takes like super effective damage from like a flash cannon or something.
Arctozolt is
It might be
That's
neutral.
ice
so it's
steel
neutral.
or ice electric.
Yeah.
It takes newts.
Going
know.
back, yeah, I didn't bring Rillaboom because of Scizor, Crobat, and Muck. So I was like, there's really no point to bring that. And Kyurem, I didn't think that there was really a thing necessary for it. So again, of course, I brought the weakness policy,
I
Necrozma.
love it.
Yeah, and that's
I
a
love
classic.
so good.
policy.
Yeah, it was Autotomize, Heat Wave, what's the move? His move, Photon Geyser, and then
it's
and then
ridiculous.
Earth Power was my only other coverage move that I needed.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you even
Fire
proc
Ground
the
Psychic
weakness
is
policy
getting you
here?
good coverage anyway.
I'm sorry, Mike?
Did you even proc the weakness policy? I don't think you had a chance to.
Yeah, you never do.
Never once. I expected him to click knockoff into me at least once.
Mhm.
But I guess he didn't, expecting me to have the...
Yeah, that might be a read on a read.
Yeah. This... Was it this Bullet Punch? Living that and then hitting back with the Heat Wave was pretty
a big
nice.
oof.
Yeah, I did not expect you to live. I remember
No.
watching that live. Because at this point I had joined the broadcast.
And
Yeah,
that
and then
Zen
this
headbutt
one.
not killing either is that's just bad.
That was huge. That was absolutely huge, too.
Yeah.
And
you
then
got a lot
that-
of good lives.
And then that's got to be the Scarf on Metacham because it outsped the 2 times.
Yep.
Reboot's moveset was interesting, actually. It was Quick Attack, U-Turn, Super Fang, and I believe Flare Blitz.
Wow.
Was it
The
Everlight?
Super Fang.
Yes, it was. So, yeah, Super Fang was for Muck. It was for Jealous. Oh, no, it doesn't work on Jellicent. It was for Muck. It was for Kyurem. It was for just things so that I could get them down to half really quickly, like Superior.
Yeah.
If I
Really,
could-
it was
if
for
I could-
anything but Jellicent, because nothing wants to be at half health on a switch.
No,
Well, Rabu
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
really want to be in on Jellicent anyway.
that's
Yeah.
true. And then so he also doesn't have a Fairy type. So I was like, let me just bring Outrage and Z move and just slam it because
And he
Why
had
not?
the same idea. He also brings Super Fang.
yeah, I mean it's a really good tech move. I think that a lot of people try to use
Yeah.
too much. I think it's tough because it's like Nature's Madness, for the Tapus, which I really like. I used to use Tapu Fini a lot, and I liked running Nature's Madness because that mon isn't made to necessarily put out huge damage, but it can
No, it's there to
definitely
be in the way.
it can half you and then chill while you're trying to deal with it, and then you switch out into something to better deal with the Pokemon in front of you.
Definitely.
The real question is how many mons really get Super Fang? So you got like Crobat and Golbat and
Crobat, Golbat, Cinderace, I guess. You'd be surprised what Pokemon get Super Fang.
I mean, both Eradicates.
Yeah,
But you probably never
yeah.
draft Eradicate.
No.
first round draft pick.
Dracovish and Artifish get it. Greedent gets it. Noivern gets it. Diggersby, Babarrel, Nidorina, and Nidoran female get it for some strange reason.
But not Nidoqueen.
No, Nidoqueen gets it by Move Tutor.
Wow.
Same with
Oh,
Nidoking, Torpedo, Gallade, Warrain.
I'm sorry, you just say Gallade
Octoroke?
gets Super Fang?
I'm sorry, Glalie. I can't read.
Oh my god. I was like, of course they would
Octoroke.
give Gallade Super Fang. That's
Oh, you know what's
favoritism.
a big user for Super Fang in my opinion? Scrafty. I think Scrafty with Super Fang is
Yeah.
very underrated.
That's a very easy way to start moxieing people in the dome.
Exactly,
I
right?
think Scrafty is pretty underrated in general.
Because you Super Fang and then you just slam, like a knockoff, a Drain Punch, just something like that, and you can just sit there, and if you build full tank, and then you start getting those Moxies up, it's over.
Definitely.
Minus
Well,
the Fairy type, of course.
either way, that's a very solid +3. A couple of unfortunate things, I think, on Jack's end. The Zen
Yeah.
Headbutt not killing Necrozma was a big one, enough for Raboot
Yeah.
to be able to come in and just quick attack, finish him off. I don't
Yeah,
think
and
if you said your choice specs Rabambi, you're
Yeah.
probably, and if you're not Sash either, then a Zen Headbutt from Metacham could just straight up kill you.
Probably,
So
yeah.
I think that little interaction made the game just
My-
super tip in your favor.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to why he got rid of Mess Spirit so quickly. I mean, I guess he wasn't expecting the choice specs.
He might have expected you to hit
70%.
webs.
Yeah, he might have
That's what I'm
expected webs
expecting.
and then tried to pivot out on you in order to get a better like matchup. Because usually
Yeah.
Rabambi
You hit
rubs
move.
like Sash webs, you know.
That's true. You know what it was? Was this week I was like, well, I really don't need it to outspeed anything. I kind of just needed to hit some things hard really quick and, do whatever. If I get rocks up and keep spreading some glare around, I clicked Willow on the muck.
Yeah.
I clicked Willow at first before he pursued
Yes.
me, and then I was like, nah, let me volt switch just in case. And then of course that
Yeah, and then of
Not
course
bad.
you got pursuit trapped, and
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, getting rid of Rotom that early, that hurts. You were
Yeah.
lucky enough to be able to find the heat wave on Scizor and not having
Mhm.
to rely on overheat. But you had a lot of things to deal with Scizor. You had
Yes.
Reboot, you had Rotom
Mhm.
heat.
So fun fact, I took Fire Fang on Garchomp and actually didn't bring Overheat on Rotom
Yeah.
because I was expecting him to want to switch. He's not going to keep the Scissor in, so I didn't. And Overheat really only hit that and Superior. I'd rather Willow Hex it or Volt Switch out into like my Rabambi that's
Oh,
fast
you had
and can deal with
Hex.
Superior. Yeah, I
I
brought
like
Hex.
that.
Great thing about Rotom. All of them.
Yeah.
They're just you can do all the things.
You really
Whatever you
can.
want to do.
That's like
It's really nice.
that's sort of anti-Jellicent too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it
one on
is.
one, like a Hex, if it swaps into like a Willow or something, not that Jellicent would ever really want to swap in on Rotom Heat, then
No.
you just Hex it, and that's 130 super effective. You're probably winning that 1v1 no
Unless
matter
it's
what.
Yeah.
unless it's AV Jellicent, like you win that. I mean, the Scald's gonna hurt, but the T-Bolts are gonna hurt more.
Yeah.
AV Jellicent might win that fight though.
Maybe.
That might come down to items.
Yeah, I mean, I was heavy duty boots, and my moves were Willow, Defog, Hex, Volt Switch. So I mean,
You believe it anyway.
Yeah.
yeah, I had Energy Ball on the Rabambi, and that was gonna be like a glare, and then I could just like slam my Z or just kind of Necrozma it, just something to kind of whittle it down a little bit. But I'm glad he didn't end up bringing Superior or the Hiram or the Jealous.
Still
Those
though,
things.
I mean, it is what it is. You clutched out the +3. Now this is usually the point where we talk about future trades and pickups, but since that's done and your team's totally locked in, tell us about the path going forward. Who's the next couple people you face? What do you need to do to, solidify your spot in the playoffs or that kind of thing?
Can I even get a playoff spot?
Can you?
I don't
I don't know your
know.
record.
I'm looking it up now. Hold on.
I'm definitely like 3 and 4.
You could still get a playoff spot at 3 and 4.
I got
Thomas,
Kyle.
Mack-
you are statistically, according to Joe, still in the hunt.
I'm in the hunt.
You have to realize
You are in the
that not only are you 3 and 4, but 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
a lot.
4, 5, 6 people are 3 and 4
Oh,
right
goodness.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't have the best plus out of the 3 and 4s. I'm down by 2 under Manny.
You're in the top 2, so that's
That's
better.
That's true. Yeah.
There's worse 3 and 4s.
I think what needs to happen is I need to beat Kyle next week, which is ahaha funny.
No, I have to beat Kyle next week.
Oh, you have. That's right. I'm sorry. In 2 weeks I got to beat Kyle. Next week I got to beat James. Should be fun. This coming couple days I gotta. Oh boy.
Yeah, you gotta start building for those wacky sets.
Yes. I gotta out wacky the whack man here.
I like that, and that's the choice specs Rabambi. That's the Hex Rotom Heat. Those are the type of plays you gotta make.
Super Fang reboot.
Super Fang Raboot. Oh my goodness.
You and James need to make me a promise that if it ends up being Reboot versus Cinderace, it's a showdown.
All right, I'm all for that, but he gets Pyro Ball and I only get Flare Blitz. So
It's not like you can be burned.
okay. But Flare Blitz is a recoil move, and Pyro Ball isn't.
So tech
So-
like a ground move if he gets one. I don't know what to
I
tell
know
you.
it gets dig, probably.
That tech dig coming in clutch
Dude,
for the Cinderace 1v1.
You heard it here first, folks. Cinderace versus Reboot.
It's a speed tie and a dig battle.
It's a dig battle. Yeah, it's definitely a dig battle.
Oh my god.
Do you know what your plus is compared to the other 3 and 4s, Mike? If you have the spreadsheet
He's
open?
+7. Manus is +9. And then you've got a +6, 2 +5s, and a +4.
Okay, so you're on the upper end of the 3 and 4s then. So
Yeah.
there's even
Like, realistically, Thomas could... I mean, we'll get to the playoff picture later, but
Yeah.
Thomas, you can pass, like, me. You can pass Jack. I mean, if by some fucking miracle me and you both beat Kyle, you can pass Kyle.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know how that's even
Hey,
possible.
and,
but I
and
can...
Kyle bleeds too. You know, we just saw.
wait.
Uh,
You'd have to smoke people to pass Kyle. Let me edit that sentence because you'd tie his record, and he's
Yeah.
+14 and you're +7. But like,
I'd need
anything
to,
can happen.
I'd need to get I'd need to get another +3 and then a +4, and I'd be tied with him, and then I'd get like the 7. But if I can get, if I can,
can't take your division. Never mind. I was like, you might even be able
No.
to take your division, but it's
No,
fucking Tristan and Kyle just beating you and Manus down.
yeah, I can. I could probably sneak past Jack at 4 and 3 +12 if I get some good victories in here next coming.
Yeah.
But we will see what happens.
absolutely.
This is a crazy season, folks.
This
It
is a
really
crazy
is.
season. No one. Well, oh man, I was gonna say no one is winless, but.
Bum, bum, bum.
Not quite.
Wait,
It's
Dan's on
close though. A lot of people
Dan's
are
on
close. The playoff picture and the contention is very, very close. Well, Thomas, it's been nice having you on. We're gonna get to the rest of the battles.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck in the rest
Yeah,
of your
dude.
season with James and Kyle.
Oh, this
Oh.
should be good.
That doesn't sound fun.
Wait a
No.
second. Wait, Thomas. So you have James and Kyle, and I have Kyle and Dave,
Oh.
the roommate of James.
And they were roommates.
Oh goodness.
Love it.
Hey, you guys both have a rough rest of your season, huh?
I don't want to talk about it. Not yet.
Alrighty, well, into the next battle, which is a very interesting one. It is Hunter versus Bick. Now, I gotta say off the bat,
So who played worse this week, me or Hunter?
Hunter.
Ooh.
Almost guaranteed Hunter because his sets and what he was doing with his Pokemon didn't add up to me.
You didn't like it, eh?
I only watched this battle one time, and I was like sort of off kilter. But I'm gonna hit play, and we're gonna see what really went down during this battle.
Not a whole lot of good.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
the double,
Yes, lots of switching here.
which ain't bad. A Fire Blast is a decent idea, but Seismitoad is just gonna eat it up.
Seismitoad's gonna eat everything.
Yeah, and that's. Does he go for? He
Assault
goes for
Vestic
Boom
Cloud.
Burst, and it does 34.
Just eating it.
I mean, that's max
Haxorus
Spadef.
into Scald, into the easiest Scald read
Yeah,
ever.
that was super questionable.
into the fattest Skarmory ever.
Yeah,
Ready?
Instead of switching into Haxorus right there, you don't want to cripple any of your physical attackers. My
Hoopa.
question is, Hoopa has 150 base special defense
And Energy Ball.
and Energy Ball, and it doesn't care if it gets burned.
Yep. A
So
lot of yep. I straight agreeing right now.
and so at this point you're like, okay, well probably my best physical threat against his team is now burned, and now it's sitting in on a Skarmory, and then you go
Ready
for
to
Scale
watch
Shot.
Skarmory eat 5 scale shots and take 12%?
Yeah. Yeah, it is rough. The speed
Now,
rise.
don't get me wrong. I love the scale shot play to get the speed up and then hit Z Electric on whatever he was trying to hit with that later on. But,
Yeah. But still, yeesh.
Also, Blunder Policy Zap Cannon made me scream.
Yeah, that was a super cool set. I vibe with it a lot. Xurkitree,
Alyssa told me that she heard me scream. This is what it was about, this play.
Now, does Circuitry get, like, Psychic or something? I don't think... Oh, Hyper Beam.
No, Hunter got a little boned with his circuitry. He misses a lot here. Like, if he hit with either of those moves, this is different.
And the crit... yeah.
This is different if he hits with either of those moves, but he doesn't. That's why we play the game. I am kind of surprised. I mean, it's only 25%, but he gets the kill later on with the Basculin on the flip turn.
Against Venusaur?
Venusaur. Yeah,
it
it happens later.
Really?
It's later.
Oh
I gave Hunter that build too, because I remember he came to me and he's like, "How do I get over Venusaur?" I was like, "Dude, Basculin gets Psychic Fangs."
Yeah,
like,
that's
bruh.
totally how. The Basculin. Again, a mon that's 40
Oh,
points.
Z Psychic. It's not Z Electric. I'm sorry. It's Z Psychic.
And is that Psychic Fangs?
I don't know what he gets as his electric move, honestly. It's probably like Psycho Cut or something weird.
Oh, it could be Psycho Cut. That sounds right.
Or maybe Zen Headbutt. He might
Oh,
get
it's-
Zen Headbutt.
Yeah, that sounds even more right and actually like 100% correct. But yeah, so again, and you're just staying in, you're hitting Scale Shot, you're not doing anything to this Skarmory, you just want to get Hoopa in for free. And that's when you go for the Energy Ball expecting Seismitoad, which that's not a bad read by any means.
Yeah, because what is with this boy not putting speed EVs into Hoopa? Does Hoopa not have a lot of speed?
Hoopa might be base 80. Flip turn, 19%. Oof. Choice band adaptability.
See, I said it might not have been 25, but still, like, I was surprised he got the kill
but
there.
that's still a lot. To a Mega Venusaur, that's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. It's resisted, like, damn.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have listened to you guys when you said we should move Basculin up.
And
preseason.
we see, Bic with all the momentum. The Haxorus
Just
was burned. The Circuitry was missing. The Exploud just sucks. And now you just got a Lando and a Basculin, so Skarmory can just sort of...
And he just pivots. He just pivots until he dies.
Is that all he does?
Yeah, he just flip turns, and then he U-turns, and then he explosion, or he flip turn, U-turn, flip turn, explosion.
Lando gets Explosion?
Yes.
Okay, I definitely didn't watch the back half of this match. I think I stopped watching as soon as Hyper Beam missed, actually.
Ugh. It was just... wasn't fun to watch, honestly. Like, that's a lot of damage from flip turn.
Yeah.
Imagine if he
If you
hit
click
Liquidation
Waterfall or Liquidation. Yeah.
and got one defense down and then murdered it.
Yeah, I didn't even know Lando got Explosion, but I mean that's just. Yeah, you do. You just come in, click Liquidation twice, and then you're actually doing a crazy amount of damage to everything on his team.
Like, he could have been tilted there a little bit, and he was just like, I'm done. Because, like, realistically, what's he open for? He gets over Skarmory, and then Seismitoad comes in and just walls him.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
So, like, that really could have been it. But the beginning of that game and the circuitry just...
Yeah.
Mm.
That was definitely a mixed bag of a game. There were some super cool things in there. Zap Cannon, Blunder Policy, Basculin putting in work. I always love seeing Exploud, Scale Shot Haxorus, but like none of it really worked together.
It seems like a lot of times Hunter has a lot of cool pieces. He just can't seem to fit them together.
Yeah.
Like he had the safety goggles Swords Dance play, and you just happened to have Stomping Tantrum.
Yeah,
like
that wasn't his fault. That was not his fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault, and none of the things that he's doing are necessarily his fault. Maybe switching into like a Scald Burn is, but like
yeah, sometimes
just,
the
he has a
pieces
lot of pieces.
just
He's just got to make
line
it
up.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% agree. But that is a very convincing +5 from Bic. And we see this fat bird on the other side of the field. And that's just padding Bic's record, putting him to the top
Really,
of the
though.
Shuckle division.
Yeah, that +5, very good for him.
And now, Mike, it is time.
No.
Yep, you gotta do it. You gotta talk about it. If Discord decides to let me open the link, which I really cannot
I don't want
deal
to talk about it.
Bro, I cannot deal with Discord right now. I don't know what's going on. You can still see my
Discord,
screen just
continue
fine,
to
right?
fail. Yes, I see everything, but Discord's failing, so I don't have to talk about it.
Bro.
It's all part of my
This
master
is,
plan.
this is crazy, actually.
I am master hacker.
My Discord's frozen.
Yes.
Hold
You
on.
will
Wait.
never
Oh,
know.
there it goes. It just opened
Oh,
3 times.
big rip.
4 times.
I want the beach background. Oh, you got rid of the beach background, homie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
It
rude.
was too late. Okay, so this is you versus Murphy, and I'm gonna very quickly reset the sides because I'd like to see it from your perspective. Oh boy, hold on. Reset.
So while you're doing that, a lot of my prep in this was based on the fact that Murphy generally doesn't change shit.
Yeah.
So like
we've seen Scarf Nito, we've seen Assault Vest, Toga Kiss.
Yeah. So like I bet on him bringing a lot of the same things, and he didn't. He brought the Fighting Berry on Miltank over the Rocky Helmet. I don't think he brought like the triple axle build on Gallade this week. Like he brought actual different things. He didn't have rest on Suicune, but he had the Calm Mind. Like
yeah,
he
that
surprised me.
that threw me off. I'll be honest with you.
He definitely surprised me, and that helped him win. It helped him win the game. Because like turn 1 here, like I got webs up, and I was like, cool. He's totally not gonna have defog.
Because Suicune doesn't get defog, does it?
No, his only way to get rid of it was Togekiss.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, well, at least now I have webs, like Nidoking's no longer a problem. Like, I was like, I'm feeling real good right now. I got the poison here, like, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Everything feels real good right now.
And
like,
you're not scared of a calm-minding Suicune because you got Chansey.
Yeah, and it's not even that because I got Chansey. I've just got other answers at this point. I'm like, I'm just going to let Ariados die.
And
I don't need anything getting scalded for free.
And even a +2 Scald only did 50% to the Ariados.
Right?
There was a possibility
of
it living a second one.
Yeah, if it was a low roll. I mean, this might have been me just being an asshole. This is where I started being bad, because, like, who goes hard into an Infernape looking at a Suicune without an answer?
Against a Poison Suicune, I would have went to Chansey. Like,
I had Thunder Punch. Like, it was me blowing the fact that I had an answer there. That was a bad idea. You're right. I should have went into Chansey.
And, you see Rotom take the chip damage, which isn't something you want to see. See, right here, or the turn before that, I would have expected a rest. And, you sort of got off easy because Suicune died there.
Yeah.
Because if he rests and he's Calm Mind, Chesto, Resto, whatever, it's just, ugh.
Like here I felt great. I was like, cool, parting shot. Now it's scarfed and weak. And then defog, and I went, shit.
Yep. Now,
then,
is
now
flying Silvally, is that for Mega Gallade pretty much specifically?
Nidoking.
Oh, to not get hit with the Earth Power. I
Yep.
like that. I like the idea.
It was just, and he switched with Togekiss the first time. So I thought that he tricked me with a cheeky Scarf Togekiss play. Mm-hmm. So he hit his Scarf kind of on me again. And then that kind of cost me later.
Hold on. That superpower did 37%.
Isn't Nidoking's attack not small?
It's like 102.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, granted, it is... Oh, no, it's not even... Oh, that's disgusting. I mean, he's specially invested, but, like... I mean, that's...
a lot of damage.
Like, he's at -1 now after the superpower, but that was a regular superpower from that Nidoking.
If somebody gave him that idea. I think Jack said he did. Somebody did.
Chansey is too fat, dude.
Yep.
I like the Flame Charge. I'm there for it.
I played a little stupid here and pivoted a lot. That was a big thing too. I just wanted to pivot and have some fun and thought that I could win with it, and I was wrong.
And he gets rocks up there too. Now, do you have defog on Rotom? Oh, the Choppleberry.
No, because I didn't expect him to bring any kind of setup on him.
Okay.
Which was kind of a mistake.
Yeah, so then you're taking chip damage on Weavile, pretty much everything. And even Silvally, because Silvally has to run the flying memory.
Yeah. Just, there was a lot of nothing being good.
And he goes for the Sludge Wave, which is, maybe you expect the Rotom. Because, you already have that Levitate answer. And you have a lot of answers to Earth Power.
Murphy kind of threw a lot of the end of this game away. Like, I'm surprised that this ended up only being a +1, like, watching it now.
Yeah.
Because, like, none of this looks good for me. I don't have a lot of good things that are about to happen.
And, yes, especially, and I'm surprised he switches out. You're at +2. If you have E-Speed, you go for it.
That's what I'm saying. He might not have had it.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're running Swords Dance Lucario, like, you gotta bring it. Especially with all the priority that your team has.
Lucario gets a lot of moves, though, so it might have been just that kind of mistake.
Yeah. I mean, even if you have to tank a Mach Punch or something, because you probably thought he had E-Speed.
I did.
So, at that point, the game's looking real bad for you. If he's got just priority, he wins.
I was actually kind of confused as to what just happened here, too, like why he went into Lucario after Nidoking, but, like, I guess it makes sense. But if I called that and hit low kick there, like, this whole game could have been a little different, too.
Yeah. 100%. And there's a lot of iffy things going on at the very end. You're right. And if he just had E-Speed on Lucario, this could have been a +5.
Yeah, I played like shit is really what happened. Like, after watching it and after it happened, I wasn't too upset about it. But, like, after rewatching it, I was like, damn.
I feel like that's sort of what happens. You're like, oh, I could have went in this, or, I should have brought this move, like, duh, But it is what it is. Murphy clutched it out. He mixed up his sets, which mixed you up. And, oh my god.
Yeah, it really did.
Oh, well, -1 special defense. Okay.
And it's super effective.
Yep. And, okay, yeah, you're really, really bringing it down here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why some things just happened.
It's, like, almost possible. If you get the Spadef... Oh, no, probably not, anyway. Well, you did get the Spadef.
If he brought... Well, again, he brought a different kit this week. If he brought his old kits, I would have won this game.
Yeah.
But this is the one game he decided to change his sets for, and then ended up winning on the game.
And that he did, and it was only a +1. He reveals the flamethrower at the very end, just to show you, yeah, he had it. And
that was that.
Yeah, I really thought that it was game over around turn like 20. I thought that Lucario was just about to do the thing.
Yep, it wasn't looking good, that's for sure.
But yeah, it's only a +1. Lack of hazard removal. I assume Ariados had a sash. Probably no booties anywhere.
Was a sash. Thought about putting the booties on Rotom, but I ended up going with the scarf instead.
Gotcha. And the scarf brought it down from a +3 to a +1 anyway, so.
I needed the scarf to get over things, as I showed you. It worked out.
Yep.
It helped.
Over that Gallade. Probably outspeed Scarf Nidoking, correct me if I'm wrong.
I was 1 speed faster than Nidoking.
Yep. I mean, Togekiss, obviously.
Yeah.
No,
Again,
I think Scarfing
I
was probably
expected Murphy to do what he normally does, and he didn't do what he normally does.
Yep.
Congratulations.
And oh my goodness.
This isn't a game where I feel bad for Dan's loss, by the way.
You don't feel bad for Dan's loss.
No, Pokefan's just dominating all of us.
Now, yes
Not
and
saying that
no.
Dan played bad, but Pokefan played really good.
I think that Dan played, and I'll hit play on the battle. I think that Dan played really, really well the first half of the battle, but then sort of crumbled the second half of the battle.
I don't think that he played bad.
No, definitely not.
I just think that Pokefan has just been playing better than everyone all season. Minus game 1.
Yeah. And, it's one of those games where a Pokemon doesn't die. And we know that Pokefan's strategy is sort of the long game. He likes to pivot. He likes to double. He likes to, make them really, really work for these kills.
You're right.
And, it's like 15 or 20 turns go by, and then finally the first Mon goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as that happens, the switch flips, and then it's just one after another. Dan's Mons just crumble. They take the chip damage. They take hazard. I don't even know if it's hazard damage. They take status, and it's just, it just doesn't look good around like turn 25. But
Yeah.
for this beginning part, I think that Dan plays really solidly.
It's just, I guess, I don't know. I'm just looking at PokeFan like, damn, he just plays really, really well.
Yeah, the U-turn on the Mega Mawile, this sub right here, I think this is a great idea.
I agree.
I'm surprised he went for a Sludge Wave instead of a Toxic.
Me too, actually, but he might not have been the defensive or the utility one, whatever you want to call it.
That's totally true too. And that's an Assault Vested Victini because it only did 24%.
Oh, yeah. Wait, it not Scarf Victini?
I don't think so because he switches moves at some point. He goes from Dazzling Gleam into Psychic or the other way around or something like that.
Oh, I thought that was Scarf Victini again.
Now he doubles out expecting the... Oh, very interesting. So like
A lot of doubles,
Yeah.
too. Lots of doubles in this match.
The Willow, I don't necessarily understand.
I do. So many things on that team, and by that I mean Zero Aura and Mawile do not want that Willow.
Yeah, but he's not going to switch in anything willingly into Rotom Wash taking a Willow.
Can we talk about Dan played a very dangerous game with RNG, and it bit him in the ass when he needs it most later in this game?
With the Hydro Pumps?
He hits every single Hydro Bump, and I'm fairly sure a Fire Blast at some point, except for one.
Yeah.
The most crucial one.
Yep, and I love that Pain Split there too, because that immediately puts
Right.
him at advantage. And I think he might even
Yeah.
Volt Switch here. No, he doesn't. He Hydro Pumps.
It's another one. Just this week, all of the Rotoms that we saw put in work.
Yeah.
Wash. I have Rotom Cut. What was the other one? Rotom Heat. Did we see do
Rotom
things?
Heat was who? God, who
Did
had
Thomas
Rotom
do
Heat?
things with Rotom
Thomas
Heat?
has Rotom Heat. Yeah, he doesn't really, but it helps him. Like it has a good matchup against Jack.
Yeah.
And as we see again, we see Aromatisse just sit there and be fat, and nothing can be done about it.
So fat, and its stats aren't like amazing either. It's kind of sickening how we cannot get over this thing.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be taunted. It can't be encored. So even if you wanted to, you can't. It is just a sort of a matter of being able to bring things that just totally break past it. You need a super effective steel type or poison type.
You need a
stab.
fairy killer,
Yeah,
or
you
else
need
it's
a-
just gonna
exactly.
be in the way.
And PokeFan grabbed one of the best, and that matters so
That's
much.
it right there. That's the Hydro Pump he misses. That's
Yep.
the most crucial one, I think.
And he misses that Hydro Pump. And as you can see, we're sitting at turn 22, and no Mons are dead on the field.
Not a one.
And this is
But
still
a lot of
very...
Denmons are hurt if you highlight over them.
Yeah, and Victini's at half health, Aromatisse half health and burned, Hydreigon half health and burned, and Dan's honestly looking less good, but that Hydro Pump matters a ton. And he has only 10
So
seconds left on turn 23.
Yeah, because Dan is known for taking his time and thinking.
And
I think he's one of the other timeout losses we've had.
Yeah.
Oh, there it was. He
Yep.
used Psychic and D-Gleam right there. You
Psychic
were right,
and
okay.
D-Gleam, he's got to be an Assault Vest. I feel like there's no other kit you'd run. Unless it's like a Z Captain.
Maybe it was AV to fight Dragapult here?
It might have been able to live a Shadow Ball if it's AV. I mean, 100
yeah.
defenses are pretty good.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, no, missing that Hydro Pump and letting Victini stay alive proves to be a really big problem for Dan. And turn 24, all Mons are alive. Turn 27, 2 Mons are dead.
Yeah. At this point, Dan just starts crumbling slowly.
Yeah, and you go for the Fire Blast there instead of a stab
Aromatisse
Shadow Ball or
is
something.
so fat, it lives.
And it lives.
Right here. Doesn't die.
Oh, and that
matters.
You hate to see
That matters right there, too.
It does, because he gets the wish. It'll obviously get a Protect off.
Mm-hmm.
He reads the...
It's such
he
an
reads
easy
the Protect.
switch.
Easy switch. Still 10 seconds left. Hasn't made up a lot of time.
Mm-mm.
And now you go for Sludge Wave again. Victini's still here, still being fat. And at this point, I think Dan's just like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm just going to try to get rid of it.
No poisons on the Sludge Wave either, which is a little unfortunate.
Does Sludge Wave have it? It's 10%, right?
I mean, I just kind of assume that all fire moves can burn, all poison moves can poison.
I
look.
I think Sludge
I'm
Wave
probably
might
wrong,
be
but
10%.
okay.
It might. Yeah, I think it is only 10.
Okay.
Oh, it has to be because Nido King runs Sludge Wave, and that's boosted by
Oh,
Sheer
yes,
Force
okay.
with the
Mm-hmm.
extra effect. And yeah, he's got 5 seconds left. You're just hammering moves at this point. You can't afford to, like, you could go into Dragapult, save Mama Swine. It really comes down to, it's the timer
You're out of
against
time.
you at this
Yeah,
point.
you're just
running out
pressing
of
moves,
time.
you're out
You
of
just gotta
time.
just do it.
Like, resisted Shadow Ball might have killed there because resisted Fire Blast is non-stab and it did that much damage.
Yeah. I know, and he could probably have brought the plus down a lot more and potentially even won the game if he took less time, because he was doing great up until turn 24. And then as soon as that happened, as soon as he was like, oh, I have 10 seconds left, it all comes crashing down. And Pokefan walks away with another +5, another huge just deficit slaughter of a game.
He just murdered us. This time with the defensive core up, throw Aromatize? With a little Assault Vest Victini.
It was mostly like Victini, Aromatisse, but
yeah.
Throw did have a little bit of play. It had its moment. It low kicked a Mamoswine.
Stupid. Just absolutely dumb.
And that is it. And that is 42 turns, a +5 for Pokefan. Didn't really feel like it. You're right in the sense that Dave toyed with RNG a lot. Or Dan, excuse me. Dan toyed with RNG a lot that match. He hits 4 Hydro Pumps, and on the 5th one, the one that he needs to hit, it misses. It's just, you hate to see it, but you got to expect it's an 80% accurate move. It's gonna hit 4 out of 5 times.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that miss because you hit all the other ones. Yeah. All your Fire Blasts, I believe, too. You hit
He did hit. I think he did hit every
you were
single
dancing
Fire
with
Blast.
The devil. You were dancing with the devil there, sir.
And a lot of the time, I felt like Dan probably could have Shadow Balled instead of Fire Blast.
Probably,
because it's stab and it does better damage to everything that comes in.
Also, out of all of the weeks for Dan not to bring like a setup Dragapult, I feel like that would have been very
that would have been super helpful.
I feel like one Dragon Dance and it's going faster than everything. I mean, it probably doesn't want that Sucker Punch, but who knows?
Yeah, you could have run.
Maybe you run the Dark Berry.
Sub Dragapult? I don't know, but actually, you know what? Zorora outspeeds Dragapult too, which I learned. No, not after a +1. But I just learned it because it's 1 point faster, or it becomes 1 point faster.
But still,
but you're right.
At all the weeks to not have set up Zero Aura, that could have not Zero Aura Dragapult, that could have.
Yep.
That could have done the thing.
All right, into the next battle, which is Dylan v Mario.
I'm the most surprised about the outcome of this game.
I am too, but there's a lot of weird things I think that happened this game. Although I think that Dylan played Mega Beedrill a lot better than he has in previous games.
Dylan played not well this season so far, I feel.
He's 2-6, 3-6, mate, or 3-5. It's been 7. No. He's 2-5 right now.
Just not his season.
No, but Water Absorb Quagsire, which I feel is an underrated ability of this Pokemon. Most of the time you run Unaware, but when you need Water Absorb, it's there for you.
I love Water Absorb. I actually worry about it being there every week.
Yeah. The knockoff, you know that it's a Z Arcanine. It's not doing anything. This double, that doesn't make any sense.
No. I love Mario's nicknames. They're so great.
Snart.
They're all the Thundercats.
Yep. Again, that's a little bit before my time, but...
because he has the Thundercat. Oh, no, he doesn't have Raikou. Raikou is Lino, not Manectric.
Manectric's like a thunder, dog thing.
Manectric's like baby Lino.
Yeah. But
and
even after a GUI, we see right there, Mega Beedrill still outspeeds Goodra, even after the -1 speed.
Which is crazy.
Yep. And obviously you don't want to take a T-Bolt. Mario, he's out here. Another T-Bolt. It doesn't matter, though, because he's running the HP grass, and Quaggy just happens to live it.
Unfortunate.
And now, that could have very well been calculated by Dylan.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, he says OMG
he's,
Beast.
Oh my god, Beast. Hard no.
I was going to say, like, he could have put enough investment to live that.
That was straight up luck.
And Obstagoon, Guts, 95 speed. He does switch out, makes sense. Tapu Koko, D-Gleam.
Special Coco.
Yeah.
Love it.
D-Gleam
Two tap.
does 2-tap Tangrowth.
And Volcanion wants nothing to do with this.
And that's the thing, too, is that we see, he's up 5 Mons to 3. And he just sort of sacks Xatu. Which, Zatu's not really doing anything for you anyway. But it lives the Poison Jab. Beedrill's down, and now all of a sudden, within 2 turns, it's a 3-3 game. And
you're staring down the wrong end of this boy.
Yep. D-Gleam just in case Obstagoon comes in.
Still can't believe he doesn't get Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Oh, Mario looks at me at work and he goes, I'm taking one out of your book this week. I was like, what's that? He goes, I'm Scarf and Doug Trio.
Yep. And the Scarf Doug Trio totally works out for him.
If he wasn't fast before, let me fucking tell you.
The Z Sunny Day is a very interesting play.
I love it. I want to know why.
Now, the special part is what I don't understand.
Me too. I like Special Arcanine, but not
in that scenario. And it was very close too, because I feel like if he Flare Blitzed, you're at +1, and you can. Well, actually, you don't outspeed Dougie still.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I think it was GG no matter what.
Yeah.
Because Dougie just comes in, EQs twice, and that's it. He goes, somehow eat this, Coco. Somehow, please. And he doesn't. But,
fastest man alive.
Yeah. And that's a 120 base speed with a Scarf. Oof.
Yep.
80 base attack, I think.
And it's funny that he did it because of Alakazam, because my original Scarfing alone Doug Trio was to get over Mega Alakazam.
Wow. And that'll do it. Scarf Doug Trio did, in fact, it was the win con, and he played it,
the work.
And he got it.
Like it would have gotten over Beedrill, Arcanine, and Coco.
Yeah, and Alakazam, and he still outsped a +1 Arcanine, a +1 speed. So, kudos to Mario kudos to you for Scarf Doug Trio as an idea. I always think about Sash.
Scarfing fast Pokemon, because they just need to be faster sometimes.
They gotta. And into the last battle of the night, it is Manny versus Joe. But not really Joe. It is Mitch.
I want to know why Joe had to do this battle, because Mitch asked Joe to do this battle on Tuesday when the stream happened, and then it didn't happen. So then Mitch had 2 more days where he could have just done his own goddamn battle.
And he just didn't?
And he just...
Well,
and he didn't.
I, for one, have not watched this battle, so I'm just going to hit the play button.
Oh, I did. And I messaged Joe immediately after and said, how much did you not want to do this? I mean, Joe did do well. I like all the names for lazy.
Yeah.
Probably referencing how lazy Mitch is.
And oh my goodness, is this just going to destroy Blastoise? No, it doesn't.
No, it eats it.
Eats the citrus berry. That's absurd.
What are these kits that Joe brings, though? Look at this. Yawn.
Listen, man. It's not
I love it.
It's not like he's fighting for Mitch's spot in playoffs or anything like that.
I agree.
He's here to have fun at that point.
Joe's having a good time. I dig it.
I love citrus berry yawn.
Look at all of the weak to ice that Mitch has that Joe made me realize.
Yep. And that's Mega Sceptile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He is so weak to ice. But it doesn't matter because he's only got 2 more games left of his season.
Yep. Now, I like the way he's playing around Latias a little bit. That's probably special Rotom. Probably special defense. Yeah, 62.
Oh yeah.
The T-Wave
Missing the
misses, which
Thunder
is
Wave.
actually kind of a big deal.
I think that Joe could have won this game if RNG went in his favor a little better,
Yeah.
honestly.
And he just says, forget it. Just
Yeah.
Rotom, you
Well,
missed
what
the
does he
T-Wave.
switch into that Ice Beam?
it's
Nothing
over.
wants it.
Now, does this kill? Okay, it does.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Physical Mega Sceptile.
It might be a little mixed. And then Weezing comes in and does Weezing things. Free Fire Blast, Flamethrower, whatever. This would have been a lit weakness policy.
For Celesteela, the autonomized weakness policy right there would have been kind of hype. And it would have done really well against the rest of his team, too.
Oh yeah, because it gets Flash Cannon, it gets like T-Bolt, it gets a does it not get a flying move?
It might get
Air Flash.
Slash, I think.
So yeah, it could have done some things.
And oh my god, Mitch has Zygarde too?
He traded Lando away and then picked up Zygarde. Mitch is really weak to ice, dude.
Honestly, I don't think Mitch's team is that bad.
It's not good.
I don't think it's that bad. I'm looking at these 6 Mons across the field, and I think it's pretty okay.
Until anything with Ice Beam happens.
And I love it. I love that we get to see Thwackey. I love that we got to see Raboot. Now somebody, for the love of God, draft Drizzile. Because rep these Generation 8 middle evolutions. Because even though the Mon sucks. Drizzile is probably really, really awful. But
I kind of agree. I feel like Inteleon might be a lot of RNG based.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get why Joe switched there. That was a weird switch. And a weird coil. There's a lot of weird Joe plays happening right there.
I'm not certain why I did that. And
I agree.
Neither are we. And interestingly,
the coil I could have kind of understood, but the switching out afterwards, I was like, now you just OHKO all the things.
Yeah, I thought, alright, that's a little weird. That double was a little weird. That's a little sus.
Yeah. Some weird shit happening right now.
Spirit Break? Nope, just screens. Just doing the screen thing. Darkest Lariat kills, even with, I don't know. Isn't Celesteela like... I don't know anything about Celesteela.
Prankster Guard is kind of hilarious if Joe would have planned for it.
Yeah, I love Trace.
And then I love this next play. Tracing the traced Prankster on P2 because I don't want to fucking think of P2 with priority recover.
Prankster recover. I love that so much.
Now, I don't. That makes me sick.
Now, what are you going to do? You know, you
die.
You can't do anything against this Porygon 2 now. It's behind
this
a
game's
Reflect.
over. It's a little sad he got the special attack drop because it would have been much more P2 just winning.
Yep. Oh, he goes for the Ice Beam on the switch. Oh my god.
If his special attack wasn't down, that would have been the kill.
Yep.
But Joe just keeps switching.
All these Trace shenanigans going on.
Trace nanigans, if you would.
Nanigans. Reflect wears off, it doesn't matter.
I think that's what he was waiting for. This was hilarious. D-Bond.
Prankster D-Bond.
Bruh.
Oh my
that's
god.
Amazing.
Why didn't you just do that in the first place and leave Sceptile healthy?
Oh, he was scarfed too.
A Gardevoir?
Yeah, he says it in chat.
Okay, alright, I got you. And now Thwackey
But still, that was Prankster D-Bond.
Thwackey Grassy Glides. and he can't even. Oh my goodness. It does 25. That's awesome.
He had the way to get over it when he had that coil. Like, he did some weird shit.
That is awesome. Now that's, I assume that's a band on that Thwackey. Yup, banded Thwackey. He just says it.
Going to tier 4, him and Reboot, I can agree.
And yeah, that was the last battle of the week. Manny +2 over Mitch, technically. A lot of funny things went down, but...
Which is huge for Manus. Means nothing for Mitch, but huge for Manus.
Yep. And yeah, so now it is time to go into trades and pickups. Very, very brief trades and pickups. And actually sort of surprises me looking at it, because I didn't realize this. the only trade and pickup of the week, week 8, where this is the last week we could do it, is Dave dropping Mega Pinsir for T-Tar.
The pincer experiment is over.
And
thank God did not want to deal with priority quick attack myrtleating through my team.
And I just gotta say that T-Tar, obviously a very good mon, but, you know, now you don't have a Mega. Now...
That's not necessarily
a
bad thing.
But now you don't have priority anywhere. And none of your mons necessarily benefit from sand either.
Doesn't Renugrius get some special D and Magnezone gets some special D?
It's only rock types that get special D boost.
Only rock?
Only rock. So Tyrantrum gets a special D boost. But
okay,
that's it. So maybe he saw, you know, maybe he's... No, I don't necessarily understand it. There might be some thought in there.
There might be some future proofing happening, because, like, I'm looking at my team, and, I mean, I don't know if Dave listens to this, and this might screw me, but, like, I don't see him bringing T-Tar against me.
Yeah.
Just,
a Alolan trio. Even
it doesn't
Mega
match up
Gardevoir.
well. Yeah, Mega Gardevoir, I mean, Infernape with the Mach Punches.
Yep. Rotom Cut.
There's just a lot I don't see it happening, so, like, it might be a future thing.
And it very well could be. And do you guys face next week? Yeah, it is next. You guys do face next week.
No, I face Kyle next week.
Wait, what?
We can, yeah, I don't
Oh,
face
you already
Dave for a
faced
minute.
Dave twice, right?
Nope, I faced Dave for the last week.
Wait, I thought I faced Dave for the last week.
Nope, Dave's in my division.
Oh, I faced Dave this week. Oh, okay, alright. Well, alright, that screwed me up. So maybe that, oh god, no, that's for me then.
There you go, maybe it's for you.
That T-Tar is for me. What the heck? Alright, I'm not scared of T-Tar either. But either way, you know, Mega Pinsir for T-Tar, I guess that's a thing. But that is going to do it for trades and pickups. That is
just
it.
one, and no more trades and pickups
It's
ever.
one and done. Now, I would like to just talk a little bit about, you know, and I don't know why... Excel, come on, move over. There you go. You still got one left. Murphy still got one left. I think it makes sense to have, you know, maybe like, you know, 0 to 3, I think is a fair amount. But having like 4 and 5, Mario still has 4. Tristan didn't use any. Drac didn't use any.
Drac's a monster. He drafted the team he wants and has to change nothing and is winning with it.
Drac didn't draft the team he wants because he got sniped so many times.
Well, that's the thing. Like, think about that. Like, he got sniped so many times, didn't use a single trade pickup. His record is still amazing.
Yep. And Dylan didn't use any. So that's a lot of... That's 3 people who didn't use any. And then one person who only used 1. So
the vast majority switched their team around a lot.
Yeah. I found myself... I swapped less than I thought I was going to. I just didn't have anything I really wanted to do. But that does it for trades and pickups. No more changes. That's it. You're stuck with what you got. And
oh, yeah.
Into the King of the Kill, which is exciting.
Cinderace is now on top.
Yep. Yes, it is. Cinderace takes it over Inteleon. Greninja still with pretty decent stats. Mega Mawile, of course. Ice-Q tied with 5 different players, being Zoroark, Zorora, Hoopa Unbound, Weavile, and Mega Gallade, but Ice-Q is the funniest of them, so let's leave him up there.
It really is.
And Necrozma too, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. But I don't think there's been any changes in the top 5.
Inteleon and Cinderace.
Well, yeah, besides...
oh, I see
like,
what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay,
Like
you're right.
Actual Pokemon themselves. I think more Pokemon are now tied for 5th, though, than there were before.
Quite possibly.
But nothing too crazy to mention there. You got the Gen 8 starters sitting at the top of the leaderboard. Rillaboom, notably absent.
Greninja might have moved up this week.
I think it maybe got 1 kill. Maybe 2.
Okay.
Maybe it was like 12, 11, 9 or something.
Okay.
But yeah. Now, this was a big Conference Cup week.
Was it? Oh yeah, this was the Super Conference Cup week, wasn't it?
This was
No,
part
that's
of,
this week. That's this week coming up.
This coming week. But this past week, we see Scizor getting 2 points, Shuckle getting 6 points, Heracross getting 5 points, Yanmega getting 7, and Pinsir getting 7. So all the divisions at least took a win.
Wasn't my fault this week. That's right. Okay, I battled in my division.
If not a win, then 2 wins. If not 2 wins, maybe it might have been just 2 battles per division.
I think so.
But Heracross sitting at the top, 17, Yanmega 16, Pinsir 10, Scizor 9, and Shuckle 6. And only one more week left to determine who gets the top 4 selections of their draft pick spot.
I think it's safe to say that Scizor and Shuckle will not be seeing that spot.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not Pinsir either, but you never know.
Yeah, I don't expect to be because those games have to be blowouts, and I don't expect my game versus Kyle to be a blowout in my favor.
Yep. Now let's take a look at this playoff picture real quick. In the top 8, PokeFan sitting at the top, nice and cozy, 6-1, 23. Myself, second place, 6-1, plus 20. Tristan, Heracross division leader. Kyle did in fact lose this week, so he's still sitting there, only by plus 2. 5-2, plus 16. Bick, as we saw, got a huge win over Hunter for 4-3, plus 13. And then Dave also, 4-3, plus 12. I think this is the week that he took the division from you.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
And interestingly enough, you see in the wild card slots, you got Kyle 5-2, plus 14, Drac 5-2, plus 13, Jack 4-3, plus 12, and then right behind them, you got a 4-3, plus 11, James, and then yourself with a 4-3, plus 10. And people out of this playoff picture are Hunter, Dylan, Mitch, and Dan. They are systematically eliminated, which is so fun.
And every week we're going to see more reds.
Yep. Next week there's going to be a lot more.
I don't know, actually. Some crazy shit can happen.
I can't wait to talk about the schedule, but first let's go to the standings of the division to see what people could potentially pull out. Now your division's really interesting.
Literally, dude, anyone can take my division.
You're
right
right.
now.
Anyone can do it.
Anyone. My division is straight wide open right now.
4-3, 4-3, 3-4, 3-4. I mean, and Murphy and Rob are also tied at plus 5. And then you and Dave are only differential by 2. Oh, Jesus. We're gonna have to take a look at
neck and neck fight over in my division.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at the schedule and see what the heck's going to go on there. Because literally it could be anybody. And the thing is, too, is that all the 3 and 4s, they have a lower plus than a lot of other 3 and 4s.
Yes.
So it's you guys are only vying for really one spot, probably.
Yes, we're not. Me and Dave have a chance to maybe win the division and take a wild card spot,
Yeah.
but Murphy and Rob have to win.
Yep, Murphy and Rob have to win the division entirely. In the Shuckle division, we saw Dick took a really big win, enough over Hunter to get himself above Jack just by that plus 1, and Jack taking an L as well helped him. Mario's right on their tail though, 3 and 4 plus 4. Well, plus 4 is not impressive. It's still potentially enough.
Honestly, it's not even right on your tail at this point with that plus 12 and plus 13.
Yeah.
I don't think Mario has a shot unless he wins out and Vic somehow loses out.
Yep, and that's sort of what he has to do. Mitch is systematically eliminated, but I think that competition between Bick and Jack is that's really interesting because that's about as close as it gets. Same thing with Tristan and Kyle, both at 5-2, 16 and 14.
Manus and Thomas are very close too. I mean,
yeah,
it's not to the point where anyone can take their division close, but still very close.
But they could definitely, if they snag a win, or if they happen to snag 2 wins, very high plus, which is unlikely, they could take the top spot. It's possible.
Oh yeah.
Myself and Drax breathing down my neck as usual. Luckily, for me anyway, Dylan and Hunter are eliminated.
Yeah.
And at 2 and 5, there's not a lot of hope there. We're gonna have to see who we face going forward, though. I'm just glad I don't have to fight Drac again. And lastly, in the pincer division, PokeFan dominant over there with a 2-win lead over James.
Yeah. That division's pretty much just his.
And Lebo 3 and 4 plus 6, and Dan 0 and 7. Which
Hopefully
is unfortunate. Hopefully he gets a win. I really want.
I hope he gets a win at +4 so that Mitch is in true last place.
And speaking of Week 9, oh man, Mike, it is Conference Cup week. This is it. There's a lot of crazy things going down. Let's start at the top.
Lots of it.
It is you versus Kyle.
Okay. I'm actually picking myself for this. I like the matchup. I've beaten Kyle before. He's beaten me before. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be contentious. It's going to be good, but I'm picking myself.
I like that confidence. I'm going to pick Kyle because this past week, my cat's sticking her hand or her paw under the door trying to get into my room. This past week...
Let her in your room.
Yeah, I will. Hold on. Wait. What's up, kid?
The second guest star of the evening.
Yeah, she's
Wait for
meowing at
it.
the door and shit. I'm gonna cut that up. And what the fuck was I gonna say? I totally lost it.
You picked me last week.
Oh no. No, this past week we picked the same exact players.
Oh, so nothing changed.
Nothing
swept.
changed. Yep.
Yes.
And I'll pop it on the screen right now. Both of us were correct. 6 out of 10 games. So that leaves us at myself 33 total and you 30 total. So it's still only a differential of 3. But I want to shake it up a little bit this week. So I want a little bit of difference. I'm going to pick Kyle.
All right.
Now, Rob versus Tristan.
Tristan.
I'm giving it to Tristan. After watching Rob Ice Fang a bunch of times and switch out Duraludon for no reason and whatnot.
Thinking about that, Crunch might not have more base power than Ice Fang. I'm going to correct myself.
Crunch has 80, Ice Fang has 65.
Oh, okay. So, uncorrecting myself.
Yeah. And you hope for a freeze or a flinch and then maybe a defense drop, but you probably should have just defogged. Anyway, we both picked Tristan. Next is Murphy versus Drac. Murphy's pulled out some crazy stunts, but Drac wants it so bad.
Yeah, Drac.
I gotta go for Drac too.
I'm going 100% Drac.
Me versus Dave. I don't want Drac to take that top spot for me.
I need you to win.
Then Mike, I'll do it for you. And
do it for me.
I will try to win here. So I'm picking myself.
I'm also picking you because I need you to win.
Cool beans. Mitch versus Dylan. Now, I'm gonna go Dylan, but Dylan hasn't been playing.
I was gonna say, how bad do you want to vote against me, sir?
Yeah, Dylan hasn't been playing too crazy hot.
Yeah, but it's Mitch.
But yep.
So Dylan.
So Dylan. Jack versus Hunter. I'm gonna go Jack. Jack, he knows he's
I
tied
wanna
with
switch
Bick.
things up, but Jack, yeah.
He knows he's tied with Bick, and he knows he needs to really hammer it home if he wants to get in to that top spot in the division.
I'm gonna have to agree. I think Jack's taking this. I don't think Hunter can do it.
Yeah. Mario v PokeFan. That's a yikes for me, dog. I'm sorry, Mario.
I'm sorry, cuz it's straight PokeFan.
I gotta go for PokeFan only because we've seen the results and whatnot. I mean, it's the 1 seed. It's plus 23. Bick versus Lebo. I really think this could go either way. I think that if Lebo wants to, clutch his season, he's gonna do it now.
I think Bick's actually going to take this.
But I also agree. I think Bick will probably take it. Although I would not be surprised if Lebo takes it.
So who are you voting for?
Bick.
Okay, then.
Manny v. Dan. Man, dude. Man.
So, like, part of me wants to rally behind Dan and say he's going to win, and part of me doesn't want to be 4 behind you.
I totally understand. So, who do you want to pick?
I'm going to rally behind Dan.
All right, then I'll pick Manny.
I'm rallying behind Dan.
Yep. And lastly, Thomas versus James. And I'm gonna go Thomas. I'm gonna go Thomas. We got a couple little different things here compared to last week. And that about does it for this week's Inside the PFL. It's getting real late when we're recording this. I got a cat on my lap who is being very, very needy.
Kitty cat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, Mike. This is one of the last times I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think...
What question is that?
That week 9 is... Do you think it could potentially be the most important week of the season?
Dude. So, like, hear me out here. My whole division could be won or lost, or not really even change, based on this week. On this week alone, my division could be completely different.
I can hear the Dragon Ball theme.
People will be eliminated from playoffs by this week.
Oh God, so many
people
people
will secure their playoff spot by the end of this week. Dan might actually get a win.
Let's go.
By the end of this week.
That's important.
Who knows? I don't know. I'll find out Tuesday because I hope everyone battles live. Let's do a 4-hour broadcast, boys.
Heck yeah. And you're right. No, totally. I mean, your division's up for grabs. Jack and Bick are contentious. Me and Drac are contentious. All the 3 and 4s are vying for spots. It's crazy out here in PFL land.
It's crazy. This is probably the closest season that we've had in a long time, or we're always really close. I can't really remember.
I can't remember either, but alrighty. I'm going to get on out of here. Yes, thank you all for watching and listening to this. This was a little bit of a longer episode, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like we did it right at about 2 hours. I think we're good.
About 2 hours. We wanted to take a little bit more time to dissect some plays and stuff like that, so expect that going forward as well. We'll have a little bit stronger of a game plan.
If you guys have any suggestions too, I put it in the suggestion box, but don't be afraid to tell us, hey, you're not doing this right, or hey, you are doing this right. We'll take constructive criticism, and we'll take praise.
I would like a little bit of both, please.
Be nice.
Alrighty. I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you all. And, till next time. See you all broadcast.
See you all broadcast.